I want to thank each and every one of you for coming out, and I know it means a lot to Harold to see each and all of his friends he's had for years and years. And I want to introduce our first speaker here, Herschel Wales.
Thank you, Gary. Thank you, Gary. I appreciate that. We are here today to recognize the years of outstanding service that longtime Road Superintendent Harold Glenn has provided to Warren County and its residents, and to dedicate this building in his honor. Harold and his staff, they supervised the design and construction of this building during his first years in office, and that was made him able to move the Highway Department's office from the Warren County Courthouse down to this modern new Highway Department facility. Mr. Glenn, he's made his mark in Warren County, being elected by the citizens to 4 consecutive terms as road superintendent. 16 years of dedicated service, and in truth, Father Time is the only thing that kept him from serving a 5th term. Under his leadership, the Highway Department upgraded and enhanced its equipment and services, leading to better efficiency and quality in the building and maintenance of Warren County's road system. Harold was a diligent and committed elected official, known for his work ethic, hands-on supervision, and his dedication to his job. Mr. Glenn was always on the scene, well in advance of work time and in any meetings that he attended. During his 16-year tenure as road superintendent, Harold Glenn covered many miles of gravel road with asphalt paving and tar and gravel chips, making the roads better, easier to travel, safer for Warren County residents. Today we show our appreciation for his tireless efforts, and in order to do that, we name this building for the man who has done so much to make his home, Warren County, a better place to live and work. And thank you, Harold. And thank all of you.
Thank you, Herschel. Harold was elected road superintendent in 1994. Chairman back then was Jack Smithson, Vice Chairman M.A. Bowden, and Jerry Hildreth, Philip Prater, and Jimmy Milstead was on his Highway and Bridge Committee. I was elected in 1998 and come on board the Highway and Bridge Committee with Chairman Jack Smithson and M.A. Bowden. Mr. Jack passed away in 1999. M.A. Bowden took over the chairmanship, and I was vice chairman. In 2002, I took over as chairman and have been chairman ever since. I've really enjoyed and learned a lot working with Harold and Levy. I remember my first meeting as the Highway and Bridge Committee. We met at the courthouse up there where Bart Stanley has court at. And we made a decision right then that we would move enough money out of one budget over into the buildings budget to where Harold could build this. We built this building right here for about $50,000. And I'm so glad that Harold had the foresight to see where his office needed to be. It's right here where he done business with. And I just want to thank each and every one of you for coming here and giving us the opportunity to do this thing that we're doing for this great man today. And that's all I've got, and I'd like to turn it over to Commissioner Randy England. Thank you. Well, once again, I want to appreciate everybody coming out today. You know, this is a great day for all of Warren Countyans. You know, Harold, he was elected in '94. I was commissioner from '94 to '98, and I worked with Harold. I'll tell you one thing that impressed me about Harold. I was a new commissioner and just trying to get my feet wet and learning some things. And when people called with a complaint or what have you, or concerned about a ditch or what have you, I called Harold, and I want to tell you, on a Sunday morning before church, it was raining real bad one morning, and a lady called me and she said, water is coming across, and said we need to ditch or put a tile in. I called Harold, and he said, I'll be there in just a few minutes, and he did. This was before church on a Sunday morning, and we got out there and stood with umbrellas and decided where we was going to put a tile in and ditch the water. Now, that's the kind of man that we got. You know, he come out on the weekends. He could have told me easily, said, well, we'll look at this Monday, but he came right then when it was raining and wet. And stuff like that is always stuck in my mind. Another thing that stuck in my mind with Harold is, you know, when he ran for office, I watched him one day over, you know, over there where the shoe department is, where the old Ryan's building. I watched him one day. He had an old ton truck about half full of sawdust and his campaign signs, putting them up. And I thought, you know, I'm going to follow that man one of these days. And he's a great guy. I've done a lot of benefits and auctions, and he's always been there and always tried to help the community. Can't say enough good about him because we don't have enough time. How's that? But this dedication and the building here, we hope here in just a few minutes that the guys will get the truck around and we can have the unveiling of the name of the building and what have you. But I'm just proud to be a commissioner now. I'm serving on the Highway and Bridge Committee right now. We've got a good group of commissioners. I love working with Levy and his crew. And out here, there's 12 guys back there. I just want you to turn around. The guys in the yellow shirts, they're the ones that keep the roads. They're the ones that gets up and keeps your snow off the road right there. This winter, when it's a-snowing and you're still in bed, they're the ones that's out there, okay? So if you see them, give them a cup of coffee. How's that? But again, I want to thank Harold. As one other thing that Gary Prater said, you know, we got the office moved out here. It just wasn't feasible to run back and forth from the courthouse to out here, and Harold did what he had to do to get it all changed. So, with all that being said, I'm going to turn it now back over to Levy. Levy's going to make a few final remarks, and he's going to tell the guys when the unveiling is. And then after that, I think they've got some refreshments and what have you, but he'll let him tell you all about it.
Again, I do thank everybody for coming out here today. This is a special day for my father and the whole family. Growing up under him, I know what he meant when he said, you better be there, better be doing something, you better be there. If you didn't, you got in big trouble. So at that time, I didn't like it too much, but as I growed older, you know, I seen that it was really good for good work habits and do what you can for your fellow person. And, you know, it's even today, you know, he still gives me a lot of pointers about road work and stuff, and that's still good. And he's very humble and honored about this. He'll be able to thank you here in a few moments. We do have a lot of special guests here tonight. I've seen two Coffee County Superintendent here and Van Buren County Superintendent here, and we welcome you here to Warren County, a good place to live. And we got Floyd Furl right here. Hold your hand up, Sugarfoot. State aid manager for years from Chattanooga TDOT. And when Daddy first came in office, they say his name is Sugarfoot. And I said, well, why is it Sugarfoot? They said, that's where your state aid money comes from. You got to be good to it. I said, I understand. So we became really good friends, and he really helped us, you know, and couldn't have made it without him. And he's the one that helped me get certified for state aid programs on the state aid roads to keep the diaries. And 5 or 10% of that money comes back to Sugarfoot. And him and Daddy became good friends also. And we're glad he made it here tonight, and we're glad everybody made it. You know, Warren County, I've lived here all my life. You know, I've never lived nowhere else, and I always try to look at, it's not always, you know, about the person, it's about y'all, and we welcome y'all here. My father was like that. He tried to do anything he could for you citizens, day or night, 24/7. It didn't matter to him, and he would call us and I want to brag on my employees. I've got a good bunch of employees, you know. They do a good job. They mow. They're dedicated. They get along good. My office girls have done a lot of work here, and I'm proud of them too. And you know, your employees make you who you are. A lot of them was still here when my father was here, and that says a lot. And you know, we work for y'all, and we're glad you're here. And go ahead and start unveiling the sign. And yes. Yeah, Angie Houston, our office manager, the Highway and Bridge Committee, which is Gary Prater chairman. And Gary's been chairman a long time. He's been good to the highway department, to the superintendent, anything we wanted. He always was very cooperative. And all the people on the Highway and Bridge has been real good to us. We've had a good working condition, and that makes your committee meetings go a lot better. And now we have Randy England and Melissa Yancey and David Ray and Blaine Welcher. Blaine Welcher couldn't make it today. He told me to be sure and tell my father he's sorry he couldn't make it. And I said, I'll be sure and do that. But, you know, even back then when my father was in the Highway and Bridge Committee, was real good. You know, you got to start somewhere to get anything done, and that's when it started. And ever since in the Highway and Bridge Committee, it's been really good. You know, I try to cooperate with them. You know, I want them to know what's going on. And, you know, it takes a team effort. And that's the way it was when my father was in there. And I've tried to carry the tradition on. We're about to get it unveiled. That's Bubba Roberts up there in the bucket truck. And, yeah, I want to remind everybody after my father speaks. All right, everybody, there's the unveiling of our sign. Right there. Harold G. Glenn County Highway Building. And that'll go on and on. My father is tickled to death. He's talked about it. He said, well, when it's going to happen? I said, well, Daddy, we kind of got to get the letters in first, you know. And then the lady said, well, I've got them ordered. They'll be here in so many days. I said, I'm not planning no meeting till they're up on the wall, because you don't ever know. One could be wrong, or they could not have sent them all. Till you got them in hand, you don't really know what you got, you know. Because I've got in that situation before where things didn't work out as quickly as I said. Hey, and as a road superintendent, you know, it's about my father today. It's his day, and it'll continue to be as you drive by and look at the building. And I'll never fill his shoes. I told him, you know, I wasn't. He's been a good one. And, you know, I'm here just trying to carry on what he started. And I want y'all to give him all the praise, because it's all about him. And we're glad everybody's here today. I mean, I see a lot of faces, and y'all are special. And I'll never forget it, and I know he won't either. And remember, after he speaks, you can come and tour the shop. We'll show you around. We do have refreshments inside the building. These ladies have worked hard on that. Really got it fixed a little bit too fancy for me, but anyway, you know how it goes. It's all dutied up, you know. It's really nice. So a lot of good food in there, you know, and I appreciate them. And again, like Angie was the name of it. She said, you know, they was wanting to name a bridge. The Highway and Bridge Committee come up and said, let's name something after my father. And well, we said, well, we'll check around and see. And didn't really find nothing. One day Angie said, well, why don't we name this building after him? Said he was the one that had the private act to move it. I said, hey, that's a good idea. We brought it in front of Gary Prater and Randy and the Highway and Bridge. They said, hey, that sounds good to them. So, you know, it was their decision to do it. And I want y'all to know I appreciate y'all being on Highway and Bridge. And I mean, Gary's been on there a long time and always been a team player. I mean, you know, we went through some hard times, and Daddy always wanted 2 pieces of equipment each year, and they always passed the budget. That's enough for me. Let's give him a big welcoming. Harold G. Glenn County Highway Building.
I want to thank everybody for supporting me down through the years. I run 3 times. I rode the road a whole lot, and I thought I could help it. And so I didn't give up on it. And once I got in there, we got turning over and got to circulating with cooperating with the state aid man. Mr. Floyd Pearl, and we done a lot of the state aid roads without the state man being there. He said if you'll get Levy certified, says he can do that, and we'll come back later and inspect it, and if it's not right, you'll have to fix it. And he saved the taxpayers a whole lot of money by doing that, because when we built a state aid road, Levy was in charge of it, and I took the other part and went on with it, and we done several state aid roads, and hadn't been for that, I believe one time we saved over 100,000. We didn't have to pay a state aid man to come, but they come and inspected it, and if it wasn't right, we'd have to fix it. They said, y'all really fixed it better than we was. I was talking to a guy down at Belk, and he retired. He said, I didn't know you had built that state aid road through Capshaw up county line. I said, that's not no state aid road. He said, why, you shot the shoulders and everything? I said, we tried to do it like it's supposed to be done. And I said, the people can see where their money's went, and everybody shared in it one way or other. And I have to give Mr. Floyd Pearl credit for, let's give him a hand for thinking he didn't have to say that, he didn't have to tell me that, or nothing, but he worked close to us and we worked close to him. And so we never had a first thing that come back. Cause Levy stayed with the trucks while they was paving, and I was getting the roads ready and doing everything else, and everything worked out just right. And then he saved up 100,000 there at one time on a state aid road where we'd had to pay the state man to inspect it. That come back in our budget. And you never heard of me up there wanting tax money, tax money, tax money. I know we was running good, everything, everybody knows what they're supposed to do. And every year I give the employees a little raise. It wasn't much, but it was a raise till it went to 10 hours a day. Friday's the worst day on the road. If you'll just think about it, Friday's the worst day. And so I give them a chance to do stuff, and if anything come up that we need to do on Friday, we done it. But otherwise, they could go somewhere or had doctor's appointments or had something to do, they could go. But there was always somebody standing by that would cover if anything happened. I want to thank y'all for supporting me for them 16 years and backing us up, but I want to let you know it. Uncle Floyd worked with us close all the time and told us what we could do to help save money, but he said, now if you don't do it right, said you'll have to have it done, let the state do it. So we never had one turned down as I know of it. You leave it? No, not as I remember. We done exactly what the state wanted done, and they said we're doing a good job, and so I want to thank them.
Again, everybody, don't forget we've got refreshments in here, plenty of good food. And some of it's new, I've never ate before, but it looks really good. The girl says it's good, so they take care of that.
Sign the register.
Sign the register too. They take care of that, and I take care of from the shop back. Okay? You want to say one more thing? Okay.
I want to thank Angie for coming from Smithville up here and staying with us. She come and worked part-time when I first come in. And then I finally talked her into coming and staying, and she's been with us ever since, and we could always count on her. And she kept everything in line, and so I want to thank her for being dedicated up to us, coming up here and working with us. Thank you.
Shooting off the hill.
Well, you gotta get off the hill.
Have you went through?
No, I did a lot. I got in line. Then I had to go run and talk to somebody.